Hello everyone, it is time for the 10,000 subscriber Q&A. I believe this is Q&A number 5. I've done a few other Q&As in my day. And it's funny because, at least at the time of recording this, I don't actually have 10,000 subscribers anymore. Because the video that I put up right after I hit 10,000 subscribers and put up the submission video for this was my Last Jedi review, and people did not appreciate my opinions on that movie, some people, so there's a sharp decline. But hey, I got there, and it's still hovering around that, so, and I already made the submission video, and he asked me all the questions, so fuck it, let's do it. I'll probably alternate between holding my mic and leaving it on the desk. There are a lot of questions. I don't know how long I'm going to be doing this for, so hopefully this is, everything's visible, you can see my stunning face. What is your setup for Let's Watches? Well, typically, whatever we watch is either on YouTube or Netflix. Usually YouTube if it's a video or a TV show, and Netflix if it's a movie. And other times, with a lot of other ones, actually, it's been that one of us got a rip of it, and sent it to everybody, and usually we all pause at 0, and we all have Audacity or whatever recording software. I think we all use Audacity. And we start recording, we say 3, 2, 1, sync, and when I edit it in Sony Vegas, which is what I use to edit the Let's Watches and these videos, put all of them, all the audio tracks in there, and go to line up where we all say sync, and then cut there, and then we all start the video at the same time. We count down, and then, you know, that's it. If I'm uploading the whole uncut Let's Watch, then that's literally the entire thing. But I've been trying to move toward... This is a noisy-ass chair. I've been trying to move toward Let's Watches that are more edited. Any advice for people who are just getting into editing? Well, I've been editing videos for a long time, but I am not even close to great at it. Just because I was shitty at it for so long, because I never got any proper explanation or advice, and so when I wanted to start making YouTube videos, which was in like 2009, I just Googled and used my meager technical knowledge at the time and vaguely figured out how to work like Windows Movie Maker and like Camtasia and stuff like that. Those really like... honestly, it was just whatever Let's Players I watched at the time, because I wanted to make Let's Plays primarily back then. It was whatever Let's Players I watched, whatever they used. They would talk about what they used to record ROMs, because I did not even want to venture trying to make a capture card work at the time, because I was barely getting fucking Audacity right. So my point is, I'm not great at it. I've used Adobe Premiere quite a bit for school film projects, and then I use Sony Vegas for most of the videos that you see on this channel now. What's your favorite color? It better not be fucking yellow. It's not yellow, you're in luck. I used to say blue when I was a kid, but now I like green a little bit more, and I like orange a lot, and purple. Now when I think of what colors I like, I usually just think of what colors I would like to wear, or what colors I usually like seeing in clothes in general. What's your favorite candy bar or chocolate product? Reese's Cups all the fucking way. People who know me personally know that I eat them incredibly often. I think the meme started in high school because there was a 7-Eleven right down the street from my high school. So I walked to the 7-Eleven, which was just the closest non-school or church or house in walking distance, so, and I, just got into a routine of getting fucking Reese's Cups every day, and now they're just a part of my life. Where do you fall in the nature versus nurture debate? What the fuck does that mean? Have you heard of BOFA? You know what? I haven't. Let's Google it. What is that? Because I hear about it, I just don't know what it is. I can't wait to find out it's porn. Well, first thing that comes up is Bank of America, but I'm gonna go ahead and guess that that is not what you're talking about. Ah. Okay. I wasn't that off when I said it would be porn. Yeah, no comment. If you were to out of the blue get funding to make a movie for Happy Madison, but they would not approve your script until it's as bad as one of the worst Happy Madison movies, would you still do it? Would you maybe do it but use a pseudonym? Oh, yeah, I would definitely do that. Fuck that. Money? Sure. Like, whatever. Why do you think actors and writers and anybody in the film industry works on terrible movies? Because not all movies that they care about make money, so sometimes you gotta work on bullshit. Yeah, I'll fucking sell out. If it means that I have money that I can then use to do my own things, then yeah, whatever. And I mean, it's not like a Happy Madison script is hard to write, and if they're approving it and looking it over, I'm assuming I have a writing team. And then if they gave me the option to use a pseudonym, if my name is really that important that being in a Happy Madison writing team would besmirch my good name, then yeah, whatever. I don't know what my pseudonym would be. I feel like I would only need a pseudonym if I worked in, like, porn. I don't even think Adam Sandler is bad for doing that. You know? He's made some funny things, and he had a time where he was more relevant and not an idiot. And, you know, he likes to make movies with his friends, and dumb people like to watch them. And I don't ever see them. I mean, I don't want to see them, so I don't. And so they don't bother me. Jack and Jill is, like, offensive, but I watched that because I wanted to be angry. That's on me. Have you met Toast yet? I have not. I've met Walter on a few occasions. Have I met him more than once? I feel like I have. I don't know if I have. I don't think I have. I think I'm lying. But I have met him, and I've met Liam. I don't know why I thought that. Anyway. But I met Walter a while ago. Why is Reggie's face in all of your thumbnails? He's not in all my thumbnails. He won't be in the thumbnail for this video. It's just the movie reviews. It's just that I've only been uploading movie reviews. But, I don't know. I don't like things. I don't like the idea that if I'm gonna be a YouTuber, if I'm gonna make things on YouTube. Sorry, I'll take the mic with me if I'm gonna lean back. I don't like the idea that I need to have a thing, like I need to have an intro and an outro, and I have to have like a touch my dick to subscribe blah, 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 at the end of every video, and you know, that my thumbnails. I mean, I'm all for making stuff more professional as time goes on, which, you know, you need money and willpower to do, and I have neither at the moment. I just don't think it's super necessary. But I do want there to be some distinction visually in the thumbnail between my movie reviews and my not those. And originally, if you look at the first couple, it was just an image from the poster of the movie. But then, you know, and it's just called the name of the movie and then movie review. Like, that just, you know, at least the Reggie thing, if you know me, you know Reggie is a meme with me. And so you see Reggie and you're like, oh fuck, it's Tim talking about a movie. And I can tell because of the dumb Haitian man's head that's on Tommy Wiseau. What is your favorite movie and why? I don't really have a favorite movie, and I've kind of given up on deciding on one. I'll just pick a couple. I have a list of favorites on Letterboxd, and I'll just pick out a few that I think make sense. The Big Lebowski is kind of my default answer to this question of which is my favorite movie. Not entirely an accurate answer, but it is a movie that I like pretty much everything about it, and it is a, you know, an inspiration. It is a thing. It's a kind of thing that I'd like to emulate in my own work one day. And it was an important part of the piquing of my interest in movies in the first place when I saw it. So that's, that's significant. Punch Drunk Love, The Incredibles. I usually say that The Incredibles is my favorite animated movie. Network and The Social Network. Those are both good movies with network in the name. Doctor Strangelove is a good flick. Ghost World. I think that's a Terry Zwigoff movie. I like kung fu movies and martial arts movies, and among my favorites are Drunken Master 2 from Jackie Chan and 36 Chamber of Shaolin is also really great. And Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon is also good. Are you a fan of stand-up comedy? If so, who are your favorites? I am a big fan of stand-up comedy. I'm going to move my webcam up a little bit. I am a fan of stand-up comedy. Some of my favorites, in no particular order. Dave Chappelle, Mark Maron, Tom Segura, Hannibal Buress. Everyone loves George Carlin and Richard Pryor, and I do as well. Louis C.K. with an asterisk next to that. I know there's a question about that, so I'll get to that in a minute. That's its own thing. Is there a possibility that you might do Twitch streams more often, regardless of what content it is? And if so, would you have guests like Walter or other buddies in your streams? Yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to streaming more. The internet here is not great, and by here, I mean in Philadelphia. If I were to start streaming again, it would just be video game stuff, and yeah, Walter and them would probably be a part of that. I don't know when I'll do it, maybe during the summer when I have a little bit more time. Because right now, if I have, extended periods of time where I could be recording something, it'll usually go toward, movie reviews or writing for another thing, or recording a Let's Play or something. What do you plan on Let's Playing if you do more LPs? I have many things in mind. I would have to start with ROMs or things that I can do on PC because I don't have a capture card. If I ever do get a capture card, though, I would love to do Battle for Bikini Bottom. I've been talking about doing forever. Mario Sunshine would be fun. Yeah, some of those. I don't want to give too many away, because if I do it, I want it to be, a surprise. What is your favorite and least favorite thing you've seen on Let's Watch? Okay, so I think you mean what's my least and favorite and least favorite thing that we watched for a Let's Watch. I'm also going to answer what is my favorite and least favorite Let's Watch that we've done, because they are different. I think my favorite thing that we watched, I don't know if it's visible online anymore, but when we watched Escape from Tomorrow, which is an independent horror movie that was filmed in Disneyland without their permission, it wasn't a very good video because I ended up just liking the movie. We were watching it to shit on it because we expected it to be kind of dumb, but we all ended up really liking it. And then my least favorite thing we've watched, I think my least favorite movie we watched was probably Are We There Yet? I know that's weird, but it's just such a generic and boring-ass movie. I don't remember the vast majority of it. All the Cars Life movies were fucking agony, though. That's also a candidate. But they have enough shit that's stupid that it's funny, so. What happened to your History of America series? I deleted all of those videos a while ago, a couple years ago, because I don't like them. And I might redo it. I've been thinking about redoing it one day. It's just not my absolute top priority. I just didn't... I watched them again for the first time in a while, a year or two ago, and I just did not find them to be as funny or as insightful or correct as I thought they were at the time. And I just thought, I could do this better, so I'm not gonna keep it on there. And, like, maybe that was a dumb decision, but they're not on there, and it doesn't bother me very much. I'm sorry. Hopefully I'll make something that scratches that itch for you at some point. What is your favorite genre of music? Do you have any favorite bands in particular? I don't think I have a favorite genre of music. Spotify tells me it's pop rap, which is odd. Particular bands, I don't listen to too many bands, but Brockhampton is my big shit right now. I really like SZA. Let me open up. I enjoy Daft Punk. I like Danny Brown, Kendrick, Hall & Oates. Doesn't really fit. Toto. I fuck with Toto. Caro Bonito is cool. They are cool. Frank Ocean is a good dude. Talking Heads, Run the Jewels. Those are all good. I'm just reading off of this list now. Tribe Called Quest. I think that's a good list for now. Do you have anything to say for an up-and-coming writer? I'm going to give you advice that will sound very trite and that you've probably gotten before, but it is the advice I've gotten. I've taken more writing classes than I can count now between high school and college in pursuit of this major. And it is the most often repeated piece of advice from all of my writing teachers, and it's probably the most important to me, and that is to write every day, because I think, and I'm completely guilty of this. I always have to check myself when I'm doing this, when I'm trying to write something. Writers have a tendency to get caught up in the planning and the thinking about writing, just coming up with stuff. Like, that's something that I like doing a lot, but when it comes to actually writing, it's really hard to get your idea into words. And part of that is because, writing is a mental and physical activity that you need. It's a skill that you need to brush up on and you need to do constantly. And, it's not just about, planning out what you want to do, although that's good, and, that is typically a good thing to do, is to plan out your story with flashcards or whatever, or an outline. But the main part is that the writing is good, and writing, you gotta build up that muscle. Are you still close with Corey and Toast and the guys, or has college life been too busy lately? I think I'm still their friend, but I've only talked to them sparingly in the last few months, because college life is busy, got a lot of stuff going on, and when I'm hanging out and I have time, I just want to be by myself. But we don't not talk to each other, and we're not done making videos together either. We have still been planning on doing that. So yeah, we've not abandoned each other. Are you still a fan of Louis C.K. after the masturbation incident? Yeah. It's complicated. Here's why I say yeah. Because to me, whether you like something isn't really up to you. You just kinda like it or not. You don't, or at least I don't decide to like something or to dislike something. It is a reaction, and it's as involuntary as if something makes you laugh or if something makes you cry. I mean, that's precisely what, those are both parts of enjoying entertainment. I loved both of his shows, and I liked his stand-up a lot. And I don't think like watching or liking the Louis the show, or Horace and Pete the show, or a movie he made is necessarily bad, because a film is more than just the person who is in it or who wrote it. although that is an integral part of it. And there are artists throughout, across mediums and throughout history, who, while still being celebrated artists, did shitty and terrible things. And that is part of their artistry. You see it in their artistry, and that's how Louis is. Some of the parts in his show and in his stand-up, some of it makes more sense now that I know that this is what kind of guy he is or was. And I say none of that to excuse it, because I do know that while I believe all of that is true, and while I would still, I guess, count myself as a fan, I do know that there is a context to being famous and being successful and being a man in the entertainment industry. And that context is that there is an existing power dynamic that is exploited. And Louis was part of that, or is part of that. And, that's something that anybody who liked his stuff has to reckon with. I don't fully subscribe to the idea of separating the artist from the art, because you are supporting them in many ways. And, I don't want Roman Polanski making movies. I would like him to be in jail, personally. So, when it's stuff like that, that's when it's like, no, I don't need any more art from you. If the fucking Zodiac Killer, made great drawings, you can stop. Whatever you're doing that's inspiring this work is not worth whatever you're putting out. And that's, I think, the bigger point, is that there is no work of art or joke or anything that is worth excusing abuse. And so, I haven't fully fleshed out all my feelings on all of that. Because I intensely support the outing of this behavior and people who have kept it going. But I also appreciate well-made things, and some of them make me laugh. So, I have to reconcile those parts of me, and I'm sorry if I come off like a bad person, or if I come off like a PC bitch. It's just that's how I feel. Again, it's kind of involuntary. This is just what is inside me with this issue, Which generation of gaming do you think was the best overall? I think maybe in terms of impact and quality combined, it would be the N64 PS1 era, because I feel like the leap from 2D to 3D was probably, in terms of game mechanics and such, and the storytelling ability of games, what have you, any element you want to look at of game making and game playing. I think the jump from 2D to 3D gaming was more intense of a jump than anything else that we have seen since, in terms of between generations. Like the PS3, conceptually, in terms of what you can do in the game, is not much different from the PS2 or even the PS4. I think what has changed more than games in terms of structure since then has been more about change in the industry, and more about what a game console is and what it can do. Because you can shop and browse the web and stream on game consoles, so that is far beyond the you know, the Sega Channel. But then personally, for me, just because it's the one I came up with, or I came up on, yeah, I invented the GameCube. The GameCube, PS2, Xbox, we had all three of those systems, and I still have two of them. And I, you know, all of those movies, all of those games hold a special place in my little heart, because they were what I played when I was a little boy. So I'm gonna go with that, personally. What do you think it is that draws people to your Let's Watches versus some of your other content? Well, with the older ones, honestly, it's because it was trolling, and because it was, like, irreverent and easy. You know, making fun of kids just making shitty videos about Sonic is not that hard, and it's not hard to make jokes about, and it's, you know, an easy joke. It's an easy gag. And, you know, that's what turned me off from it, was that it seemed a little cheap and a little mean for no reason. And I was being grouped in a, you know, in comments and in conversation. My channel was being grouped with other channels that I just don't identify with at all in terms of what they do. And it was channels that do, you know, similar-ish videos of reacting to and making fun of sometimes children YouTubers in a very different way than Retsupre, which was the very obvious inspiration that we plagiarized. And I mean, Retsupre, they plagiarized off of riff tracks and MST3K, so we're all just stealing from each other at this point. Will Let's Watches be coming back, or will you be focusing on movie reviews? I forgot there are so many questions about Let's Watches. Yes, I will do more Let's Watches soon, hopefully. I'd like to do one pretty soon. It's just a matter of when I have time and when everybody else has time, the availability of the movie or the thing. They're going to be few and far between. But I don't want to never do them. They are fun, and I like them, and I want to do more. And I have more things that I've been wanting to do Let's Watches of for a long time, so why not? So yeah, no, I'll be primarily focusing on movie reviews and movie-related things and maybe Let's Plays. But Let's Watches will not go away entirely. At least not at this point. What are your thoughts on YouTube's new rules? I don't really know. I haven't looked at them in any detail. They seemed like an improvement to me at first, but that's just because they all apply to me. I have the requisite number of subscribers and amount of watch time, and I also don't monetize my videos anyway, so I don't really have a dog in the fight. But I know that a lot of people are irate because small channels with less than 1,000 subscribers, there are people who have those channels and they like to get extra AdSense cash. I understand that completely, but, you know, I don't know. I haven't decided how I feel about that. I've been trying so hard to both milk YouTube for my own desperate need for attention and also pretend that it doesn't exist because YouTube pisses me off. Still love ya. Still put my videos on this shit. Whatever happened to the kid that ripped off your Let's Watch of Double Sweet that you reacted to? That man's name is Albert Einstein. It's Max Cruiser. I don't know what he's doing now. I don't know if he still makes videos. The last I saw of him was like a year or two ago, and he was making videos about drones. Not like drone policy. He's not like worried about people in Yemen or anything. He's like playing with a drone, like with one that you can buy at Best Buy or something. He was being depressed and talking some weird shit and making me nervous. And his friends all kept bothering me because people that watch my videos kept commenting on his unrelated videos to make fun of him after our video, and you know, had people come ask me, say that he wanted it taken down, and I I don't care. I'm not... like, I didn't like the video that much. And same thing happened with Sami. I don't know... I know someone in here asked me about the Sami videos, and, like, if I would give them to them or if I would re-upload them. The answer is no. The fact is, I don't even know if I have the files anymore. I deleted them several years ago, and I don't want them on the internet. So I apologize if you liked them, but it's not the kind of movie I'd want to do, and I don't know if I ever said this out, you know, like, explicitly, but Sami did a long time ago reach out and say that he didn't quite ask me to take them down, but he was saying that he was depressed and, you know, that these videos weren't helping and the harassment in the comments wasn't helping. And, like, you know, the point of me putting shit on the internet in my spare time is that I enjoy doing it and I like that other people enjoy watching it. And if the whole point ends up being that, like, we're gonna be an asshole to somebody and they're gonna feel bad, especially if it's a fucking minor, I don't want to be part of that, and so I did not have a problem taking them down. Because I know that I can make things that I think are just as good or funny or interesting without that happening, without anybody having to feel like they need to tell me that. So why complicate it by continuing to do that, is my perspective. So that's, if for those of you who have been wondering, that's what happened. I've reached out to Sami since then. I've asked if he'd like to talk about it, but, you know, he hasn't really been up for that, so, but I believe he's doing fine. What are your thoughts on Nintendo Labo? I don't know how to pronounce it, but it looks kind of dumb. I don't think it is worth the money. I haven't really cared about any Nintendo peripherals in a while. Someone else somewhere asked me what I think of the Switch. I don't have one. I would like one. I want to play Breath of the Wild and Mario Odyssey a lot, and Metroid Prime 4 whenever that comes out, so... But I don't have money, so... A couple people asked for my thoughts on the current state of politics. Kind of a big question. Needless to say, I have not been happy about pretty much anything in that realm in a year or two. If you have ventured into trying to find out, you know how I feel about everything. And it's too much. It's too much to talk about in one. You know, you could make like 45 videos about it. So, I'm not gonna go into it. Needless to say, it's pretty stupid. It's reached like beyond parody levels of dumb. Like it's I've said more than once that I feel like the last year or two has felt like I'm living in a parody of a few years ago. It's really strange. It's like everything that would have been like an SNL gag in 2008 is now real. I don't know, man. It's strange. People are very weird and very dumb, and I don't know what to do about it. What are you majoring in college? I am majoring in film. Tailoring, not with an official concentration, but tailoring my major towards screenwriting. Primarily want to be a writer. Is there a definitive movie reviewer for you on YouTube? Not really. I get bits of what I need from my YouTube movie people. Most of my favorite movie YouTube accounts are not reviewers, critics, so much as analysts. Channel Chriswell, Nerdwriter, Every Frame a Painting, they're all cool. Y'all been know that I like Red Letter Media. Fucking Chris Stuckman's alright. Your Movie Sucks, I generally agree with, but not all the time. What the Flick is fine. But most movie reviewers on YouTube I'm pretty soft on, I'm gonna be honest. I'm not really too big of a fan of a lot of them. Not because I disagree with them, just because I don't find them all that interesting to listen to, or funny to make up for it. Are you excited that Philly is doing well in football? I mean, it's hard not to be. I don't really give a shit about football. I don't know anything about it, and I don't care, and I probably will not watch the Super Bowl all the way through. Um, but it's, I mean, it's in the air. It's kind of infectious, the excitement, and it's fun to have everybody. I mean, it's just good because, you know, everybody in Philly is a fucking asshole, so it's nice that everyone's, like, in a good mood because we're doing well, and we're going to the Super Bowl, so, you know, that's cool. You know, anything to keep the masses satiated for a little bit so I can enjoy myself when I'm walking around is fine with me. How did you and your butt buddies meet? I'm going to assume you mean my internet butt buddies and not my real life ones. So the person in my online friend group / video recurring members that I've known the longest is Walter. I met him coming up on 8 fucking years ago, in May of 2010. I don't know why I remember that. And it was when we were both fans of the YouTuber Big Tip on a Bus, and he first opened the, sorry, I got a text. He first opened the IRC, chat that he, the hash BigTip one that he came up as an alternative to Big Tip on a Bus's channel comments, which back when those were a thing that anybody used on YouTube, were a hub for discussion in the Big Tip fan base, and also a hub for absolute trash and dog shit, which is why he made the IRC. And so I talked with him in there, and then we started talking on Skype, and we played Minecraft and San Andreas multiplayer together, and TF2, and Gary's Mod, and all those other games that we like. And the rest just kind of filled in. It was whoever came on. It was, you know, people who watched those videos or knew Walter personally would come in, and you know, if we thought they were funny, we'd put them in the Skype group, and then we'd play video games with them. And, you know, people have moved in and out of that social circle since then, for whatever reason, differing reasons for different people. But there's been a definite, like, core group. I don't know if I'm really in it. I'm pretty absent, so I don't know if I'm even part of that group anymore officially. They're more a group than I am, like, with them. So, you know, if we ever make a thing again, it'll be more like I'm getting back into their club rather than the other way around. Wonderful. Those were simple times. It was before I had friends. It was in high school and middle school, so that was, you know, I just preferred to be on the computer and talk to internet people and do internet things and talk about memes and scream at video games at night. I just don't do that a whole lot anymore, but I still like all those people. Do you pluck your eyebrows? They are very contrasting to the rest of your facial hair. I don't know what you mean, but no, I don't. I don't really do anything to my face. Would you consider doing classic movie reviews? Yes, I would. I would like to do that. I don't know if any of you would be interested in that, but I would. I don't know what I would do or with what frequency I would do it, but yeah, I would give that a go. Why is your name TimStars04? Furthermore, why is the Krabby Patty with a disguise from SpongeBob your profile picture? Second question first. I've just decided I'm going to change my profile picture to whatever I want every once in a while, just whenever I get bored of it. Because I don't like having to have a thing. So until I think of something that's, like, perfect and awesome and that I know will be good, I'm just gonna do it. I'm not gonna have an official icon. I'm just gonna make it dumb shit that I like, but keep them around for long enough that you eventually get used to it and you go, ah, burger with glasses, it's Timbo, he making a video. And then why is my name TimStars04? I don't really even like that name, and if you've known me for a while, you know where it comes from. You're gonna shit yourself, it's the most boring story of all time. I made up that name in 2003, it was originally TimStars03, and the website I made it up for was Nickelodeon.com. And I made it TimStars03 because my name is Tim. It was 2003, and I don't remember why I did stars with a Z. It was not in reference to the channel, the TV channel, because I didn't know what that was. But I was like, stars, that sounds like an internet name thing. And then that channel got deleted, got banned, so, you know, the next one was 04. I don't think, if I make another one, I don't think it'll be 05. That's kind of dumb. Stretch it. Ugh, god damn it. I don't know, maybe one day I'll change it. Maybe I'll just make it Timbo or something. I like the one I have for my Patreon, Nugget God. I think that's funny. Who is the worst rapper from the past few years? I mean, I don't like XXXTentacion, like, at all. Sorry, I know that people like him, but I don't. I don't like Kodak Black either. I think he's pretty shitty. I mean, everyone else who's shittier, I've not heard enough to know why they're shitty. I just listened to it and I was like, nope, don't like that, and then stopped. So that's not fair, but I've heard enough Kodak and X that I can say that confidently. Do I have a favorite popular YouTuber? Well, I don't know what your measure for popularity is, because now there are YouTube channels with like 1 billion subscribers that I've never heard of. Anthony Fantano, I'm just looking at my list. I watch Fantano, so he's up there. Internet comment etiquette, I like a lot. I said some earlier. Bill Wirtz, does he count? Is he famous? SciShow and Vlogbrothers, I think they're neat. Video Game Donkey, like him a lot. Hot Dad, Wisecrack, you know, Filthy Frank is a classic. Really 3D is hilarious. ProZD, Report of the Week, CGP Grey, Adam Neely, Mega 64, Vsauce, Red Supre, Primitive Technology. That's a pretty good list. It's not a popular one, but Seinfeld's Pit Stain, currently inactive, but one of my favorite. What a filmography. What a fucking body of work. Can you say my name like you did in the last Q&A? Lucian Peter. Don't try your luck. I'm not going to always do this. What is your GOAT movie or game that you don't personally like but acknowledge is good? The first one that came to my mind, weirdly, is Ocarina of Time, which is odd because I don't not like that game, and I don't even think it's not amazing. It's just... It's not my favorite... I like Zelda games, but they're not my favorite type of game to play, and replayability is part of what makes me personally like something more. But I acknowledge it's crazy good and that I enjoy it. But that's not a really good one. Perfect one. Forrest Gump. Except I don't really acknowledge that it's great. I think it is genuinely overhyped and overrated. So I'm not really like, yeah, it is great, it's just not my thing. Like, I legitimately just don't think it's that great of a movie. See, here's the thing, if I don't personally like it, that's usually just because I don't think it's actually that good. So, you know, what am I gonna do? Oh, here's a good one, The Lion King. Lion King is a great movie. It's well animated, the music is good, the voice acting is good, it's dramatic, it has funny stuff. I like a lot of things about it, but it's just not, nothing about it speaks to me in a personal way and makes it an affecting movie. And I also don't have enough of a personal relationship with it. like I do some other Disney movies from the same time. Like Aladdin or fucking Tarzan, like those, or Mulan, those are all like a little bit more, for whatever reason, are the ones that I gravitated toward more. And I think that just about does her. If you have any more, I'll pick up the mic for this. It's the end. If you have any more questions for me that I did not answer in this, or that, you know, popped into your head while listening to this, I hope, by the way, that this has been interesting to listen to. Let me know in the comments. I'll answer them in the comments if you have any other questions. Catching up on movie reviews during the week. Hopefully by the end of this coming weekend I have all that squared away. Hopefully a Let's Play thing by the end of the month, and then 2 other things that I have in the planning stages that will probably be a few weeks in the making for various reasons. That's what I'm working on right now, just to let you know that I'm not just sitting here in between each video. I'm trying to do things. But thank you very much for getting me to 9,984 subscribers. And I will see you all in the next thing that I do. Hopefully my hair will look better.